What's up guys, Shockwave640 here, and today I'm taking a look at the Transformers Prime Commander Class Ironhide, or as we now know the class as Legends Class, but I like calling it a Commander Class because that is what it's properly called. So, let's get down and do our size comparisons. So first up, here we have Combiner Wars Ironhide, so you can just see the similarities and differences between the two. You can definitely tell the Combiner Wars one is based off of the Transformers Prime one, because it's got the little scoop intake thingamajig, I don't know, cars. Similar-ish looking bumpers. And going down the side, very different color scheme, of course. This is solid, boring red, and this one's black and red, which I do prefer Ironhide in black and red, even though it's not G1 accurate, but I do prefer it, so you see. Quite cool. Of course, these are completely different sizes, but it is quite cool. Here he is with my G2 Jazz, which I found just recently. So there he is with Generation 2 Jazz, or I believe this is Generation 2 Jazz. I don't really remember, but I think it is Generation 2 Jazz, but there you go. There you have them two together. Here he is with a Dalek, just because why not? And here he is with Combiner Wars Shockwave. There we go. So you can just see how he looks with a few other figures, because those are all figures that I have them on the same shelf. So let's get in here and actually take a look at the details on this guy, which he is a very cool figure. I do quite like him. He's got a nice clear like windshield right up there, and then it's just like silver on the side windows, which I don't really understand. I would have preferred if these were like a metallic blue, or if this was just painted over in silver, but oh well. Nice silver paint right up here on the light bar, and then the nice silver going around on the grill, and a little bit of trim here on the front bumper and grill section. No real paint going along here except for this one strip of red. Would have been nice if some of the stuff back here was painted, because there's a lot of nice details going on back there. And that's pretty much it. He's got little he's got the little ports there for the smaller weapons, the Cyberverse weapons. He's got ports here, here, and that's pretty much it in terms of that. On the other side, you can just see his head sitting right there and his hands right there. But yeah, very cool figure. I also got some black paint right up here on top of the hood, so very cool. I do quite like him. As for his weapons, he does come with his two movie-style cannons, which are very cool looking, done in a clear blue plastic. You can see very nice details, quite hollow on the bottom, but some very nice details. They are both the same gun, just reversed, so there you go. And you can either plug them on the side right here, so you can just have some side cannons going on, which is usually how I have them displayed in vehicle mode, because you can actually transform him perfectly fine with these cannons actually plugged in. So there you have him with his cannons. So very cool. You just have to be careful, because when you do that, it starts to like push things, and you can see stuff starts coming undone. He doesn't exactly tab together all that well, but oh well, what are you gonna do? He is quite an old figure, and yeah, oh, the wheel came down. You can also plug these two together. As you can see, there is a port right at the end of the barrel, and there's the post coming off the sides. You can plug them together to make a larger gun. It just looks weird because these two posts are sticking out the sides. And if you want to, you can also plug the guns. Kind of fit that right there. And fit this one right there. And then you can give him some kind of like thrusters there on the back, which is usually how I used to have them displayed, but it just kind of starts forcing things apart because they don't exactly fit there, but it does look quite cool. So let's just pull those off and set them off to the side, and let's start transforming this guy. So this transformation is quite simple, but it's really effective. I do quite like it. So what we're going to do first is you're just going to pull this leg section up and then extend it. You can see these tiny little tabs which go into these, which basically just fit behind these little panels. It's going to straighten out his legs all the way. We're just going to leave that there for now. You're going to raise these, no, not the wheels. You're going to raise these sections up right here. These sides of the wheel wells. Oh, no, because the wheel well is right here. This is just like the headlight section, basically. You're going to bring those up. Oh, man, excuse me. And now what you're going to do is you're going to just split this entire section. And you're going to not hinge it down yet, just going to split it so it's out of the way. And then you're going to rotate it 360 degrees so that way you have the chest actually facing forward, or you have the top of the body facing forward where the windshield was in vehicle mode. Now you're going to bring these arms down, and you can see that little tab right there. Little tab right there will actually fit behind the chest and lock that whole rotation mechanism in place. So just bring these down. You can bring the section up, bring that all the way down, bring the wheel to the back, just got to adjusting things, and then close up this panel right here, and there you have an arm all done. And then you just kind of fiddle with it a little bit, and you can kind of get it to the adjusted place that you would like. Do the same on this side. Just bring the wheel back, close the forearm, and kind of bring the arms down a little bit, just like so. And then you're going to bring these sections down, and they will form some shoulder pads. And then you can just kind of adjust these however you wish. Now come to the legs. You're going to split them. You can see how they tab together with the tab and the slot right in there. Then you're going to swing the foot out and flip the toes down. So swing the foot out, flip toes down, and there you have Ironhide in his robot mode, and he looks really, really cool. So we're going to set him off to the side right here and do our size comparisons. So there he is with Combiner Wars Ironhide. Of course, I don't transform them into the robot modes just because I'm lazy. Here he is with Jazz. Here he is with the Dalek. And here he is with Shockwave. He is actually a little bit beefier and bulkier than Shockwave is, which is okay. I don't really care. It's Ironhide. He's supposed to be big and beefy, so... Getting in close and taking a look at the details. So his face, not too crazy about the face there. It does kind of look weird. You can't even tell what the heck he's actually doing with his face. He looks like he's smiling, but also looks like he's got a mustache. So I can't exactly tell. It's kind of a stupid looking face to me, but does look like Ironhide's head. Just I'm not too keen on it. You see a nice Autobot logo there, kind of all scratched up on his chest. That was because of me, and you can see the paint here is scratching off to the sides. These sections here are kind of annoying. They're just like floppy and they don't lock into place, so they can be quite annoying. This one's not floppy, but this one's really, really floppy. Pretty clean transformation. Really no junk hanging off of them except for these big panels right here, which you can just rip them off if you really don't like them all that much. You can just yank them off, so you can get a pretty clean looking arm. You just don't forget to pop it back on whenever you're going back into vehicle mode. So getting in close, you can see a little bit of red paint there on the top, a little bit of red paint here on his legs, and that's pretty much all the paint besides the red paint going across there and the red paint around the windshield chest. Coming to the back, you just got some screws there. That's pretty much it for paint apps in robot mode. It's kind of bare looking, but it works for him. I would have liked it if there was like a little bit of red somewhere on his thighs, or maybe a little bit more red on his legs, but other than that, he looks really, really cool. He does look good. I do want to try to get the deluxe version of this guy, just because I do like his design, and the deluxe version looks pretty cool and well done, so yeah. Articulation, his head does nothing. It doesn't move. I mean, you can kind of sort of just wiggle it around, but it's not going to hold a pose. His arms here are on a ball joint, but just due to the shape of his shoulders, they do kind of move weirdly, so there's a hinge here for outward movement. You can go out about that far and in and out, so that's pretty much it. His elbows are on a ball joint, so you can get some rotation there. These wheels here are on a hinge, so if you want them facing forward or for whatever reason or whatever you want to do, you can do that, and you can also pull them off. They are just clipped onto the forearm right there, so you can do whatever you want with those. Oh man, his hips are on a ball joint, so his legs can go way far up there. They can go way to the back. You can do some crazy mean splits. In his knee, yeah, pretty much below 90 degrees, and then he can kick himself in the face. That is for transformation though. And then he's got some pretty good ankle tilt right here, and the foot can go up and can also point down, so that is pretty cool. not many Legends scale figures that can really do that. So, kind of readjusting things here. There we go. And now taking a look at his weapons again, which of course you can either plug onto the sides of his arms using the port right there that was in vehicle mode. So you can plug those in there to have his arm cannons, or you can just have him hold it in his hand. As you can see, there is a little port right there in his hand, and he can hold that, sort of. It doesn't exactly hold it securely, but he can hold that. And you can also plug this directly into his back if you want to. You can also use the little port on the top, and you can store the gun on there like that if you wish to do so. You can also take the guns and plug them together. Focus. There we go. You can take the guns and plug them together, and then you can give Ironhide this big mofo cannon. So whatever you want to do, really. Usually I like to just go with the big arm cannon thing, which I know is just a movie thing, but I think it really does work for this design of Ironhide. Doesn't exactly work for a G1 style Ironhide, but this is like a combination of both the G1 Ironhide and movie Ironhide, much like the Combiner Wars version is a little bit of a mixture of both, but this one definitely is a mixture of both. It's got the details and the truck mode that Movieverse had, but it's got the color scheme and the head sculpt and just the overall awesomeness of the G1 Ironhide. So very cool. So that's pretty much it, guys. This is the Transformers Prime Commander class Ironhide, and his legs do look kind of weird, but not much you can do about it. But so yeah, guys, it is a pretty cool figure. I would definitely pick it up if you have the means to do so. But setting off to the side, we're going to do our voting. So I've decided to try doing the Gundam reviews again, just to see if more people will be able to watch them, since I do have a little bit more subscribers now and a little bit more people willing to watch my videos. Maybe I have a little bit more Gundam fans out there. So this is basically a calling to anybody that likes these robot designs, or if anybody wants to see any of these reviews, please do hit the I right up there. There's always going to be the I up there for voting, unless I specifically say there won't be a voting for the video. But so for today's voting, we have the high grade Gundam Iron-Blooded Orphans Grey's Kai, and we have the high grade Universal Sentry RX-78-2 Revive. So as always, the I is right up here at the top, so you can choose which one of these Gundams you want to see reviewed whenever I get the chance. So we have the high grade Grey's Kai, and we have the high grade RX-78-2 Revive. So cast your votes, and I will be seeing you guys in a little bit. So thank you very much for watching. This was Transformers Prime Commander Class Ironhide, and I am Shockwave640, so I'll be seeing you later, my little Logicons. Thank you for watching. Peace.